Grumman's mighty Tomcat is probably the world's top interceptor and was conceived in the late 1960s as a replacement for the F-4 Phantom in the fleet defense role with long-range radar and associated Phoenix missiles. The massive fighter can be accelerated from 0 to 170 miles per hour in a mere 2.5 seconds during a 200-foot catapult launch. It then climbs away with its variable geometry wings in the extended position for maximum range and endurance. With its wings swept, the Tomcat can reach Mach 2.34, and for its bulk, the fighter is remarkably agile. But the thing that makes the Tomcat unique is its primary armament of 6 Phoenix air-to-air missiles. These are very fast and can be launched against targets more than 100 miles distant, homing with the aid of their own active radar guidance to detonate with devastating effect. The missile's progress is monitored in the launch aircraft, whose radar is a key element in acquiring the targets and guiding the missiles on the first part of their flight. The Hughes AWG-9 is an immensely powerful and sophisticated radar with the ability to detect and track 24 possible targets, select the 6 most threatening, and then individually guide missiles against these 6. The whole system relies on advanced digital computing, giving the Tomcat 300% more scanning volume and 50% greater acquisition range than contemporary fighters. The mix of airframe, radar system, and Phoenix missiles gives the Tomcat unprecedented opportunity to hack down hostile aircraft before they can launch their own attacks against the aircraft carriers forming the U.S. Navy's main striking strength. Another great advantage of the weapon system is its ability to detect and attack targets at all heights between sea level and 100,000 feet, allowing the Tomcat to tackle anything from sea-skimming attacks to cruise missiles flying a high trajectory before the terminal dive onto the target.
We have the capability to look down and shoot down most effectively with a very good probability of kill.
It goes past that because it gives you the capability to stay at high altitudes. There's only one aircraft in the world today that has that capability, and that's the F-14 with the Phoenix missile.
Yet the Tomcat is not limited to the long-range Phoenix, which can be replaced or mixed with Sparrow medium-range missiles, complemented by 4 short-range Sidewinder missiles. And for truly close engagements, there is the Vulcan cannon, capable of spewing out 20mm shells at the rate of 6,000 per minute. The impressive and substantial Tomcat is operated by a 2-man crew. In the front seat is the pilot, and in the rear seat is the RIO, or Radar Intercept Officer. He has primary responsibility for the Tomcat's active and passive electronic systems. However, despite all the systems and automation, it is important not to forget that the full potential of the aircraft can only be exploited by the efficient working of this team.
The advantage of not having to split yourself down the middle or whatever percentage you got when you're in a tactical environment.
With 2 guys working on the solution, you're going to come out with the right answer more often than you are with 1. That's all there is to it. It's that simple.
It's a beautiful combination. And I know in my past experience, there's the first guy to see the other guy has a hell of an advantage.
Because of the 2 men in the airplane, we can shoot those bombers at long range, still have the short-range weapons to get in and visually engage the fighters, take care of them, and press on about our business.
With its wings extended and carrying drop tanks, the Tomcat has a range in excess of 2,000 miles, which gives a useful combat patrol endurance at 250 miles from the parent carrier. The Phoenix missile is also being upgraded, and together with many electronic improvements, this will keep the Tomcat at the forefront of fighter capability well into the next century. Since the Tomcat first flew in 1970, the type's chief limitation has been the inadequate Pratt & Whitney TF-30 afterburning turbofans. These are being replaced in the imminent F-14A Plus and improved F-14D by more powerful, reliable, and flexible General Electric F-110s. Putting a massive 20-ton aircraft like the Tomcat down on the heaving, rolling deck of even the largest carrier is a job which quickens the pulse of even the most experienced aviator. You concentrate on the meatball, or landing aid system, ready for any glide path corrections. You never watch the deck until the hook bites, and the 50-ton pull of the wire brings you to a complete halt in 2 seconds. At night or in bad weather, it's even tougher. From about 10 miles out, your approach is directed by the carrier's air traffic control center. As you get nearer, you search for the tiny patterns of light to set up your final descent. Gusts of wind can make the aircraft climb or drop. You have to make instant corrections or go around again. In the blackness, you have no points of reference. It's like driving down an endless tunnel until you suddenly hit the deck.